All right, good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we have another Let's Do Deals every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know for Instagram, I sound like I'm recording myself. I kind of already gone through this here, but every Tuesday, 7 p.m. If you have a deal, you can bring it on our spreadsheet. If you think you have a deal, bring it on our spreadsheet. Send it to us. I'd be happy to break it down towards the end of the call and tell you why I think it's a good deal, not a good deal, and or jump on it or stay away from it. Simple as that, right? So you can always learn and bring your deals on here. And yes, we can't connect you with buyers, sellers. We've had hard money, private money lenders come through here. I'm mentioning that because we have two that we're working on very directly now that I'm thinking about bringing them on here. One of them is going to be lending on mobile homes, exactly what we invest in. So, when I talk about, banks, credit unions do not lend on mobile homes like what we invest in. It's always a security. The banks, credit unions do not think there's enough security and enough collateral, as I've been told. So therefore, they pull away. They're not really interested. Others have said, well, it's not really the amount we're willing to lend, if you will. When you're talking about BB&T, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, coming in to say 18K for a quotations property and it's personal property instead, it's not exactly something that they're willing to trigger and say, we'll take the risk on. But since then, a couple connections have come through. They're actually out of New York. And one of them actually invests directly in mobile homes that have been rehabbed. There are criteria. It does go by the person's credit to a certain extent, but also by the mobile home in itself, meaning that he is not going to land on a mobile home that is gutted out, bottom line. Okay. But some of the mobile homes that we have rehab and they're ready, that's where he steps in. So the way he's talking about it is like, you can take a down payment, create a note, we'll come in and finance the note. There's a lot of creative ways he's doing it. So we're going to be hearing a lot more of that. We're going to be announcing a lot more on that. So we'll have him on one of these calls as well. But that's coming. That's huge because some of y'all know y'all are asking. I want to invest. I want to do rehabs, but I don't want to be tied up for 2-3 years. I understand. Sometimes you need those funds for whatever reason. And now you're going to have that option to sell it off and get somebody else to finance it for you, pay you off, and you're off to your next one. So if you're new on this call, you do not get the spreadsheet, send us a DM and email, and we can send you the full inventory. We'll, as usual, not go through the entire sheet, but we will cover some of the latest inventory coming in. So, and yes, this is a very simple spreadsheet. Started out as a simple way of me keeping track of what we have, turning it over to our students, then investors. It grew, and here we are today. So, fun fact at the bottom right, always, if you're not allowed as an investor in a park, I hear that quite often. If they don't allow investors to come into a park, you should not invest in them. It's harder to invest in those, but it's not impossible. One of the ways that you can come into a park investing in, if they say no investors allowed, is okay. Well, if you can get approved, come in and buy the mobile home, and then do your rehab and turn around and sell it. They can't stop you from selling it. They also cannot stop you from doing a rent to own. And a lot of times that may be what it takes is you come in and prove yourself. It's always that, get your foot in the door. If you prove yourself, do what you say you're going to do, that can make big changes on that. So we've had many parks tell us absolutely not. And later on, it's one of the parks we do the most business with. So it's all about getting in there. Okay. All this is our inventory, of course, so you can browse that, like I said, at your own time. If you don't have the spreadsheet, send us a DM and we'll get on that. So we got a few here. Like I said, I have a few announcements we're going to be talking about. So stay to the end on that as well. All right. So let's see. The first one I was going to go over is Havana. So Havana, as expected, was to be a big hit. No wonder, right? So big of a hit that I didn't even get one. That's common. And I was going to keep one, but got a lot of investors. A lot of the investors from Tallahassee. It's 8 minutes from it, 8 to 15 minutes away from Tallahassee, where we've done a lot of business. Big Spanish community. It doesn't matter. Everybody can be a buyer. But two of them gone. Two of them were grabbed by GMHU students, and the other 3 are currently pending. Now, by pending, they are working on a few funds, working on a few things. So, nothing is sold until sold, but there is a lot of attention coming. But the reason I'm mentioning these is, look, hot area. When I talk about markets, when I talk about numbers, there's a reason behind that. I want to invest in areas where I have multiple exit strategies. If all I can do is wholesale, all I can do is rent, that's one thing I'm okay with. I have to know this pre-hand going in. But when you have parks like this one, where we're great partners with the park owners, and they allow us to sublease, to rent to own, to create notes, Airbnb, A-OK. So you see the amount of exit strategies. I may change my mind. I might come in here and say, let's go and rent this for a couple months. turn around. Okay, let's go ahead and do, I do month-to-month rentals, by the way. Somebody asked that early in the week, is now I have to cancel my agreement. We're not going to get into that, but I do month-to-month. So that in case something does need to change from one month to the next month, is you simply give a 30-day notice and you do not have to renew them. That's all you have to do is, hey, the next month around, we're not going to renew your agreement. So time to move out. And of course, yes, it holds up in court, but Airbnb, maybe the next one. Then maybe you want to do a seller financing note. You know, if you do an Airbnb, obviously you have the entire home furnished. You know, that's another thing, another step, another investment. But we've seen some of these mobile homes go for a lot higher when you spend another $2,000, $2,500 on furniture. It does not have to be brand new furniture. It's all how you stage it. One of those was our Airbnb partner, who in an area where the Airbnb wasn't doing as well. It was kind of issues between them and the park and that sort of thing. He decided, let me go ahead and do a rent-to-own finance. He was able to sell that single wide for a lot more money because it was full, move-in ready, furnished, and everything, all the appliances within. So, you know, that is an investment. It is something that you can do to all your mobile homes, and I'll sell them that way as well. So, but Havana is a good area. Now, we're going to have more in this park. New owners, they're cleaning the park up. It's a good park all around. If y'all have not visited, send us a DM, send you the address. You can go take a drive through, and you're going to see what a clean park actually looks like. Not a whole lot of amenities. Unfortunately, it's a smaller park, but I would put it at a B+ right now. So you can see it's not going to take much for us to come in and do a few changes. You know, of course, I am coaching the park owner as well, and we're trying to bring it up to an A, you know, as best as possible. Without amenities, it's a little hard. It's one of those things, but all right. So we will have a few of those on there. We got, I spent my morning this morning down into headed east, Georgia. This is not a B+ park by any means. This is a starting of a park, but it's good potential. And it's good potential because it's in a hot area. Dublin, Georgia. Wow, I can't tell you how many rentals, rent-to-owns, how many flips, how many wholesales. We have done hundreds in Dublin, Georgia. It is a phenomenal market. The numbers aren't as high as I would like them, but it is there. It is definitely a necessity without a doubt. I mean, when we have a rental, for instance, in that area, I mean, overnight it is gone. We typically have a buyer's list, tenant list, and so should you. If you don't know how to do that, send us a DM. We can get you some coaching. You should always have a buyer or a tenant before you have the product. Remember that, okay? But this here is a park, new park owner. Now, this park owner, we already do business with in North Georgia and also South Georgia. So this is an additional park that he is picking up, and I mean, it is run down. I mean, it is the grass, the lawn, and I mean, these pictures look good versus what we were out there walking. Not to mention, there is no road, it's sand. I mean, I don't understand why there's sand in Dublin. There's no beach nearby, but that's basically what we were doing, is we were out there walking around. So the first step that he's going to do is come in, and what he's saying is bring a whole company to come in and just bulldoze all the grass, the trees, a lot of stuff he's going to clean up. Because as part of coaching him, I am telling him to add more pads. He has a lot of land, and it is approved for additional pads. So, you know, he's going to work on that also. But what you can do, the reason I'm mentioning these again, is the market is there. I want us to wait until the grass is cut, everything is cleaned out. I don't want anybody going out there. I know there's a couple like the brown one in the corner. You can walk in and out, no problem, but it's one of those, you know, safety first. And we always, of course, accommodate in that. This is be safe, go out there, you bring somebody else, bring a handyman, whatever you need. But we want to get the grass cut on a bunch of these first, because there is a couple you can't even see. I mean, there's 9 total, and I think there's 7 pictures here. You know, 2 of them we couldn't even get to. We can kind of see them over home, but the grass and trees are so far gone. So just one of those kind of things. So just kind of keep in mind. But I say within the next 4 weeks, we'll have that lawn taken care of. He is talking about dumping some gravel. No asphalt at this time, but yeah, do gravel and make the roads a little nicer as well. So, and I don't have a picture of that, but there are going to be some 3-2s, they're all single wides, some 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and there are going to be some 2-2. So, you know, potential's there. Again, you know, thinking numbers. And when you think about lot rent, that's another. I mean, this is what I'm referring to. $225 of lot rent. The current owner was charging $150. How low is he off the market? About $300. Now, the park owner that we're working with, you know, he's willing to work with us. And here's the thing. Okay, I'm tossing a lot of coaching tips on here tonight. Okay. Lock up your lot rent as part of strategy, as part of negotiation. Now, any of you that are GMHU students, we're going to look out for you anyway. Investors, we're going to look out for you as well. But one thing that I come in and do on something like this, in 225, I'm willing to come in because what the park owner is going to request, we push them to do so, is mobile homes cannot be moved out of the park for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It's a gray area, but it is an agreement. And as long as both parties, the buyer and the seller, agree to it, that's kind of the way it is. Now, if I'm going to secure any park owner a 3-year, 5-year, 7-year, okay, where every month this lot rent is on time, and that's why they work with us, because we ship their check early. We pay it online quicker, so there's no hassle in trying to find me for lot rent. They're paid. But what I'm going to also say is, okay, now next year, come January or April of next year, you're going to be talking about these 225s are going to go to 275, 290 or $300. No. For half of the time of the agreement that we have with you, at minimum, I want to keep them for 225. So you see what you're doing is the market is going to steady start going up, especially as the homes are coming in, park is getting better, and he's going to want to raise. But if I'm willing to do that commitment of 3-5 years, then you got to give me something in return. Some of y'all are new, don't commit requests on that. Okay, that's something that you kind of earn on the way. But I'm just giving y'all tips on that. We will secure those 225s for the GMHU students. So if this is something you're interested, Dublin, Georgia, great hot area. I wouldn't doubt if some of my reps already have some lined up buyers. So, okay. Let's talk about Augusta. I want to show y'all one of these. Here is what happens when you have a beginning park. Now, the Augusta one is close to the city, a lot closer. What happens when you have a bunch of mobile homes that are vacant? They've been vacant for months, and it's close to the city, close to shopping centers, stores, grocery stores, convenience stores. You get squatters. That is a given, and that happens all too often. Some of them even take ownership. They'll lock them up. Somehow they'll sometimes even get power. They'll have AC units running. I mean, these people are full-time residents is what it is. So what happens is when we come in, we have to do a lot of cleanup. Now, a lot of the investors, especially the new ones, they start passing up on deals. They start passing up on investment because, oh, it's nasty out there. Oh, it's dangerous at this look. We work with the local PD, police departments very closely when it comes to parks like this. Again, safety first. But it's one of those things where it takes a little bit of time. The more they see us out there, the more every time. And what the police department tells us is anytime you have an investor, they are to call us immediately. Because what happens is every squatter, okay, we'll keep referring to it at that name. The more they see police coming in and out, the more they start leaving. And that's what you got to do. You got to gain possession back of your mobile home, park, and avoid the nonsense coming in. So that park is on a very, very early stages of coming back up. I assure you, by the end of this year, this park will not look like the way it is now. Those roads are already paved, so we just need to come in and fix some of the pots, the holes that are in there, paint us some speed bumps, put some yield, some stop signs, some 5 miles per hour kids are playing, a lot of those little things. Again, tips. If I got any park owners on here, you should be listening, because that's how you add value to the park, is by doing a lot of that cleanup, just even putting speed bumps. That's huge. And the city loves that, by the way. Okay, they recognize stuff like that because they're all about the safety. So we're going to be doing that. But a lot of the homes that are there are starting to sit because investors go out there, they see them and this or that, and they leave. They don't come back. So for you GMHU students, for you investors listening on here, this is a great opportunity to get out there in Augusta. It is a hot market, multiple exit strategies. Airbnb, I wouldn't say now. Airbnb is something you want to wait until the park is up to par, is cleaned up, because you don't want to burn your reputation on Airbnb. Remember, if you're doing Airbnb, everything is about reviews. What you don't want to do is put yourself in a position where you can't fully control something like clean up the park in one day. And that's what they are complaining about. So you don't want to get knocked off of Airbnb for that. But this one is another one. That's why I wanted to talk about this park. We have this 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Now, this is an investor that invested from up north, North Connecticut, somewhere up north, that she's saying. Anyway, she is tired of her handyman. Go figure. She's tired of her handyman. Now, the handyman actually did a phenomenal job on this mobile home. I'm going to try to play the video here for you if I can pull it up. There it is. But there is 2 videos that she actually took out there. And I mean, the home is ready. It is move in ready. I'm thinking maybe this Saturday, if the time allows, I'm going to take a drive out there. A few things I need to go into South Carolina and do anyway. But let's talk about the numbers real quick, and then I'll pull the videos. $365 for lot rent plus $25 water and trash, of course, is included, and sewer. Yes, it is. Sewer is not listed, but it's part of it as well. It's a single wide lot. This A6. We'll send you the address for anybody who was interested in us seeing that. GMHU admin, please add 2-bedroom, 1-bath. That's what this mobile home is. 2-1 at ARV. Okay, after repair value. And again, when I say minimal, I'm saying there is minimal to be done. So Let me see if I can pull this up. Appliances already there. Why does this look like that? Hang on, bear with me. There it is. Going a little fast, I know, but as you can see, even trim around the walls, that is huge for mobile homes. We don't put trim unless we need it. If we're replacing vinyl carpet and we have some type of a gaps between, we'll go ahead and do such, but other than that, we're not going to go extensive all out. So I know it's a little blurry, you can't see, but guys, y'all check it out at y'all's own time. Let me see if I can pull the other one as well. Number one, this is where the bathrooms were put. There's one bathroom, so and y'all should have access to do the same to get in there. And there it is. Carpet I would clean up, but there's the bathroom. As you can see, it needs a vanity. The toilet's there, new tub, vinyl, carpet. I mean, I do not understand why the lady doesn't want to just continue, but I assure you, I was talking to a student earlier, and it's the same thing over and over. I just cannot get somebody to work. Do not let that discourage you. It is aggravating. When you find the right type of contractors, keep them, reward them, because it is huge. Whether you're in real estate or mobile home investing, handyman and contractors are going to be your biggest pain. Forget about paperwork, documents, and all kinds of legality when it comes to the mobile homes. Dealing with a handyman, and I've had multiple crews going at one time where, good Jesus, you feel like you're running a daycare at that point. So, I would definitely say take it easy on something like that. But let's see. Now, what do we got down here? A couple of comments. Anybody have a deal? Raise your hand, drop a comment. Let me look at the chat box real quick. Good evening. Other people on our Instagram joining us. Good evening. Get this inventory. Okay. Always pay attention to the chat box. We do have the GMHU posting on there. So, all right. So those are the deals that we're working on at this time. We got a lot more deals coming in. Inventories in the making. Like you saw, Dublin, that's one of those. It's pretty early posted on there, but you can come in and get one of those investments. We have not even put the numbers on those yet, other than what you see on the lot rents, what it is. ARVs, I would say, is very similar to what we have on the other parks. At 3.2, I would put around 18, 19, maybe right around 20K in that area. If you do all rent to own, of course, you can add additional. You are the bank, create a note, whatever exit strategy you're wanting to use on that. We invest out of here, by the way. Somebody asked me, are all these deals just for us, or do you actually invest out of these for yourself as well? Absolutely. This is actually where I put my deals. I just share them with y'all. So, our next investment is going to be in Havana. Reason why is we got two individuals that we do Airbnb with, and I want to get them both down there with us, partnership. I would run Airbnb all myself, but you can imagine the managing side of it, because you're a landlord. You are an extreme landlord when you're doing Airbnbs. Remember, reviews. So what we do is I take care of the homes. We rehab them, make them a little presentable. They bring the furniture, stage them, and they manage the Airbnb. I like it that way. We'll keep it going. So Havana, we have a few more 3.2s coming. So that's going to be something we jump on board on that. Let me see. Any comments? Anyone have any? All right. So let me talk about Level Up. We had a Level Up meetup this past Saturday. Seems like longer than a week, but it was this past Saturday where I traveled down to Naples. We have an additional coming on September 9th and September 10th. We're going to do this before we get to the shadow event. The shadow event is a 2-day, full-day event where we're going to be out investing. These same old homes that you see me bring on here, you're going to get a chance to come out there with me. Contractors, handyman, park managers, park owners, speakers, mobile home insurance agents, they're all going to be out there at this event. A lot of networking, a lot of people you need to go out there and meet. But the Level Up meetup is one that we started out. I wanted to do something more than just meetup. Build relationships, build your network so that your net worth grows as well. It's time to get out there, handshake people, meet new people, but I also want to include a topic or something to discuss every time. Now, this past Saturday being the very first one, of course, it was no charge, no fee. We talked about basically every step of mobile home investing. And guys, you can only learn so much. I can only teach you so many steps out there, but reminder that there's always something new to be learned. I learned something from a few people that were out there, brand new investors. It's okay. Everybody has something to bring to the table, but I want to do a different topic this time around. We could be talking about every exit strategy like we cover on here. We could be getting a lot more in depth into legality, the documents. Mobile homes are not real estate. They're personal property. So where you close, how you conduct a due diligence is very differently. We have acquired a lot of titles, bonded titles, T22s, all these kind of things that we're doing with titles because a lot of these sellers do not have titles. Now, in the past, there was a lot of issues with them back and forth. You could sell with the bill of sale, you could purchase with the bill of sale, but you can't really register with the bill of sale unless you're in gray area, what I call states like Alabama. Then you're fine. Okay, but in Georgia, Florida, South North Carolina, Tennessee, not happening. If you don't have a title and it needs to be moved, for instance, it ain't going anywhere. That home is not going anywhere. So those are topics that we're going to be covering a lot. But we're going back to Florida. So I got to get with my partner, Ray Gomez. And for those of you that attended, Ray Gomez, so we're putting together where we're going to be at, but we're thinking Cape Coral for September 9th and Fort Myers for September 10th. So it's going to be back to back, and they're going to be during the same time, and including those evenings, we're talking about maybe power meets where we're going to come in and we're just going to strategize. Some of you are going to be able to come in and join us, or we're actually talking about deals for ourselves, breaking down ideas and ways to we're going to invest. Always look into the future. You know, I don't look at one of these mobile homes and think my next investment. I'm looking at multiple. I'm looking at next month. I'm looking at the end of the year. I'm already thinking, what is the biggest down payment I think I can get next February? That's how you need to think. Many, many moves ahead, not just tomorrow. So, you know, for those of you join us there, Power Meet's going to be that evening. Some of you will be able to come out and join us with them and just come along, come ask some questions, network, bring your own ideas as well. So, all right, let me see. No deals for me? Nobody got any deals? Thank you, Joel. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, all right. I don't see anybody have any deals. So we're down to 7:30. I have another coaching right after this, brand new student getting into it. Can't wait to see what they're going to do. That's another thing I'm going to start bringing on here is we have about 4 new students doing back pocket access. It's one of the coaches that we offer where we take your hand and we walk you step by step by step from start to finish of rehab, a selling a mobile home. So we're going to start bringing the results on it. I want them to come and talk. That's what we're going to do. But all right, everyone. So that does it for this evening. Don't forget tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have members only coaching. If you have not attended one of those, you can attend the first one at no cost, no fee. We're going to be talking about what is tomorrow's topic, by the way? GMHU admin. What do we do Sunday? We're going to start planning these a little further out as well, because a lot of people are starting to send questions, but we're not going to cover topics back to back. So using social media, that's right, using social media. And again, why do you need to find deals on social media when you can just come to Let's Do Deals? They're all there, but we're going to teach you how to do that anyway. Okay, using Craigslist, Let Go, OfferUp, Classified, Facebook. What about bandit signs, physical advertisements? There's so many ways. Consistency. All right. All right. Well, that does it for tonight. So everyone have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow evening. Thank you for watching.